Now let's get more perspective on the burning issue of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. And joining us to discuss this is Professor of Political Science and International Relations at the Nasarawa State University, Professor Jidofo Adibe. You're welcome to the news at 10.
Thank you very much.
So Professor Adibe, what was your immediate reaction to President Buhari's refusal to give assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill?
Well, I was not very surprised. The first is that we seem to we get fascinated by mantras, whether we call restructuring or electoral bill. It's being presented as the magic elixir that will solve all the problems of, our elections. So you see that some people taking the position that the president not signing it means, he doesn't believe at all in elections. The other one is it tells us about the legitimacy crisis that surrounds the regime and the low trust people have of the government, so that despite the fact that, in my own opinion, the president made some, presented legitimate grounds for, he didn't reject the bill. He just pointed out that of direct primaries. And from the way I read about it, he said they should have a second look at it and return it. And so people then, that low trust means that, and the legitimacy crisis means that people see it as necessarily as a retrogressive step, which I don't think is the case. So it also brings again the idea that we live in an environment where people easily fill up the gaps. For example, there are people who are saying that, well, the reason, even though he talked about direct primary, that wasn't really his reason. It's because he was opposed to the entire idea of electronic transmission of results, and he didn't know how to do it. So he had to lap onto something to reject the bill. So this is Nigeria.
Going forward, what would you prescribe as a solution to this impasse?
Well, I think I actually believe that it's important for us to have a second look at that clause 87. I don't think personally that there is anything wrong in having both political parties, giving them the opportunity or options of deciding whether to opt for direct or indirect. Also, bear in mind there are countries, if you look at the US, they use direct primaries to select presidential candidates and use indirect, the electoral college, to elect the president. So the problem is not with the system, it's with the operators of the system.
So you want more engagement between the National Assembly and the actors, political actors, on which way to go?
Yes, I also want us to believe that we don't have to necessarily think, what do we want to accomplish? Some people believe it is to clip the wings of the governors. But it's not only the wings of the governors that need to be clipped. You need to clip the wing of the president. You need to clip the wing of the local government chairman. So what I'm trying to say, in essence, that the Electoral Act or the Electoral Bill itself cannot operate independent of our environment. It reflects what is in the environment, and to focus only exclusively on that as what will make or mar our electoral system, for me, is to miss the point.
Thank you very much, Professor Jidofo, for joining us on the News at 10.
Thank you very much.